it's Amber from Liberty Pearl Photography, and this is my fifth live stream of a week of live streams this week. So I've been talking to you every night. It's supposed to be at 8:30, but yeah, I'm just a bit late today. It's 10 o'clock again, so yeah, sorry about that. So today I'm going to talk about running a business, looking professional, and work-life balance. The first thing I'd like to talk about is how to look professional and how to start your day right, which is really, really important. So whatever you're doing in your business, I think it's really important to start the day right. So the first thing I do is when I get up, I've got an office at home, but when I get up, I take my daughter to school. But it sounds a bit strange, but I always dress as though I'm going to an office because I work every day. And I feel like if I'm dressed for an office, I feel like I'm actually going to work. Some people sit around in their pajamas all day and edit, which is fine. But because I actually have to take my daughter to school, I get up, I put makeup on, and I wear office clothes. I don't wear heels or anything like that, but you know, I just dress up for the occasion as such, and you know, it just makes me feel like I'm kind of ready for work, which is great. The next thing I do is I do some kind of mindset tasks. So I start the morning, I've got a list of them here because I call them, I don't know if anyone has heard of like mindset training or mindset tasks, but I'm actually on a business course. I've been on a business course for over a year. It started as the Female Photography Association, then it changed to the Female Creatives Association. Then I was on another mentoring course called Leading Lights, and now I've just joined another course called the Golden Tribe. So it's a really amazing kind of network of women all around the world. Actually, they were mainly photographers, but now it's kind of creatives from all over the world, people who just want to kind of change their business, change their kind of lifestyle, and just kind of do the best they can in their business and their life, and just kind of make their dreams become a reality and kind of change the world and stuff like that. So yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So anyway, on this course, lots of people talk about mindset. So in the mornings, I start the day by doing writing. Lots of people do journaling. So I, do 3 pages of writing. It's called morning pages. It's similar to journaling. And I just kind of write about anything that's in my mind, anything that I want, just kind of get my creative juices flowing. And it's really, really amazing. I love it. Then I do daily devotionals and affirmations. So I've got some really good affirmations for my business and my life. I'm a Christian, so I pray, and I kind of use biblical affirmations, which I kind of write about my family and my life, which I talk over. But you can just do it about positive things that you want in your life. So yeah, it doesn't have to be Christian based, but mine are kind of biblical. So that's another thing I do. The next thing, I actually pray about what I want for the day and ask God to kind of guide me. The next thing I do is a 4-minute workout. So I've got this really good YouTube video, which is called like the hardest 4-minute workout ever. And that really kind of gets my energy going as well, warms me up and kind of makes me feel really alive. Then I write 3 things that I'm grateful for and thankful for in my grateful or thankful journal, which is really good. And then also something I do sometimes is I don't do it every day, but I also go through my bank account and I'm really thankful for all the money that's come in. It sounds really strange, but I listened to a kind of a money mindset podcast before. I think it was called The Science of Being a Millionaire or The Science of Getting Rich. And it says, it's quite good. It says, if you're not thankful for the money you've already got, every single penny, why should you get any more? Because if you just want more and more and more, but you're not thankful for what you've got, like anything in your life. So yes, that's quite a good thing that I do. I just thankful for all the money that's come in, every customer that's paid, whether it's, for a print or whether it's, a full wedding fee. I just write that down. I'm thankful for it, to just acknowledge the money that's come in. So that kind of sets me up for the day. I was doing it every day for quite a few months, and it really did change my mindset and kind of really kind of just sets you on fire for the day. It sounds crazy, but it actually does. So yeah, so that's kind of my money mindset, or my daily mindset training, which kind of puts me in a good place to start the day. Also, to help me keep professional, I have a schedule for the day and I have to-do lists. So every day I don't just sit there and think, what am I doing? I usually plan on a Sunday for the week, or I plan the week before on a Friday for the week ahead. Sometimes it changes every day. I reprioritize my to-do list, but I always have a schedule, always have to-do lists. I always have things in my calendars that I'm doing. I have to-do lists on my workflow, so I'm always very organized. The next thing I do is, another thing that I learned on this business training last year, which was, it was just, I just heard one comment on one of the, I don't know if there was a whole talk about it, but one of the trainings was just about taking yourself seriously. And she said, Charlie, who's the actual leader, she said, if you don't have an office, you're not taking your business serious enough, because, or not that everyone who doesn't have an office, but actually if you really want to take this seriously, then you should have an office. You can really focus, you're really efficient, and it will literally change your business. It will change your life, because when you go into that office, you can shut the door. Loads of people have got families as well. You can shut the door on your family, and they know that this is your kind of sacred workspace. And, you're always working in there. It's only for work. You can keep it organised. You're not getting things distracted. Because I found at the time I was living at home, and I just found that I had so much. Because my business was about 2 years old then, I had an office. My desk space was kind of at the back of my front room, and it was kind of behind my sofa. So I had this kind of section on the wall. It was quite sectioned out. But if people came over, I had to pack everything away, unplug all my hard drives, and securely put it all away, make sure no one went near anything, because it was kind of in my front room, shared area with my family when they came over. So I just found it really difficult, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really important stuff. I don't want it kind of out in the public. So I've really felt that spoke to me at the time, and I thought, I really need to get an office. So I looked around for an office, and I ended up actually moving house to a house that was bigger, which had an office in that I could use full time for my business. So it's absolutely amazing. So I've had this office for over a year now, and it is honestly everything the course leader said, Charlie, it actually happened. I could just be so much more efficient. I could just, when I went to work, I actually went to work and shut the door, and I could just really focus on my work when I was there. No distractions. It's a really beautiful space as well. It's got a lovely window. I can put all my pictures up. I can have flowers in here. Got my computer. I don't really want to show you around because it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But I've got all my awards up on the wall, and I've got everything kind of organised. And it just really made me feel really organised. And I also knew that everything was safe and the kids weren't going to touch anything. And, they could run around in the front room without me going oh, don't go near my computer, don't touch this, So really amazing. So I have my own office space, and I kind of decorated it really nicely, and I've got lovely furniture, and I kind of really made an effort, and actually I really felt like I really wanted to go into that space every day because it was really special and it was mine. And I just really kind of just loved kind of putting it all together and making it organised on my own. So that was really good. It really helped me kind of take myself seriously, because I had my own office. And, for me, that was a massive kind of step up for my business, to have my own space for myself, for my business. And that I could just kind of, have my own office. It was wow, massive thing. So and the next thing as well that I think is a really good thing to kind of make you feel more professional and more business-like is that I'm really, really organised. So because I worked at the university, I've worked there. Well, I went to university, and then I worked at universities for, oh goodness me, about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years, can't remember. But universities have a lot of processes. They do things a certain way, and they've got a lot of financial processes, a lot of kind of regulations, a lot of branding processes, just loads of things that you have to follow. Even when you employ when you want to get I can't remember what it's called. When you find a supplier, you need to go through a tendering process. So everything is very, very process driven. So I think when I started my business, I kind of had that in mind. So rather than just thinking, oh, what am I going to do? I created workflow templates and processes for everything. So this is from one of my workshops, but these are all my workflow templates. So I just love being really, really organised. And I think when I first started, I wasn't very busy, so I could keep it all in my head. But then I thought, oh, where am I up to with that client? Where am I up to with this client? Have I emailed them about this? Have I booked in their pre-wedding shoot? Have I ordered their album? So I then created a checklist for every single part of my business. So this is the pre-wedding organisation. So before the wedding, this is what I need to get organised. And it's got things on there. So my lovely assistant made this list, and it's got things on there like initial email reply, the date, comments, add to iCalendar, So everything has to be added to our calendar. I've also got an on-wall calendar as well. Follow up, agree price and package, schedule meeting, phone call to talk through stuff, send paperwork, send invoice, deposit. Oh, send invoice. So I basically had when they've sent the invoice, when the deposit paid, when the balance was paid. Add to the wall planner. Order their wedding card. Always all my clients a personalised wedding card. When the contract's received, paperwork received, because a lot of clients, you know, I'm just constantly looking through their emails. Have they sent this? Have they sent that? Arrange pre-wedding shoot, pre-wedding venue visit, pre-wedding meeting venue visit. And also I had to arrange childcare then because I was a single mum, so I didn't have a husband at the time. So I always had to make sure that the nannies could come and look after the children. And then 2 weeks before, I had to send a pre-wedding gift, because I always send them pre-wedding gift. Check final details and timings, invoice balance, shoot wedding, and notes. So this is one of my forms, which is here. So every single part of that was catalogued. And then I had different workflow templates for every part of the process. So I had engagement shoot checklist here. I had a, what's the other ones? Pre-wedding organisation. I got different ones as well. Oh, I did have an editing one as well, but I don't know if that's in here. Oh yeah, pre-wedding. Maybe not. Oh yeah, and then I've got one for an event photography as well. And then I've got one for post-wedding checklist. So yeah, this is the one. Download images, backup images, send thank you card, cull wedding, edit wedding, upload to the online gallery, upload to website, send to wedding magazine, post package to client, send feedback email, review received, Facebook review, Google review, send to blog. So this is what I do for every wedding. So that's kind of post-wedding checklist. But now I've moved away from these paper workflows, and I've now got an amazing life-changing program which doesn't involve any paperwork, called 17 Hats, which is absolutely phenomenal. And basically all of this stuff is on a thing called a digital workflow. So I've put all of these on there, and now my computer just tells me the program. I do have to pay for it, but it's just absolutely amazing. And it tells me you have to contact so-and-so for a follow-up. So even when I get an inquiry, I have a follow-up email that I send out a week after they inquired to check that I can't answer any questions. If I haven't heard back from them, I'll give them a call. So it's really, really good. It really keeps me organised and really makes me feel like I'm on top of everything, even when sometimes I've just got so much going on. It's ridiculous. Like last year I planned my wedding. I got engaged, planned my wedding in 9 weeks. And I just started one of my busiest wedding seasons. I had assistants. I think I had 3 assistants working for me at the time. And yeah, I've got a daughter, then I inherited a stepson, so everything was just absolutely crazy. But because I was so organised in my business, I actually managed to do everything. And because I was really organised with everything in my business, when I planned my own wedding, it was like, wow, this is easy. I'm really used to being organised with everything. So yeah, so being organised is a massive thing. Another thing I do is I have email templates. So when I first started out, I didn't really know what emails I'd needed, and I found some templates on a lady's website called Jasmine Star. She's absolutely amazing, a photographer I used to follow all the time. Absolutely loved her because she uses the same kit as me. She uses prime lenses. And so yeah, so I had to pay for them, but she had email templates for kind of every step of the process. So I used those, adapted them, and it was really good because one of them is absolutely amazing. It was absolutely fantastic. It was a really long email describing to people how they order their wedding albums. And I'd never asked a client to order a wedding album. I'd never ordered one myself. So for that, I didn't have a clue what to write. So it was absolutely amazing. And yeah, the template I still use today. I've obviously adapted it because I've changed companies, and you adapt it to suit your program that you download photos from as well. But it is absolutely amazing. So if you ever, if you're starting out, or even if you're not starting out, and you think the templates might help you, I definitely research some photographers' templates. They're really, really fantastic. And I think there was something like $9.99 instant download. And yeah, they are just save so much time. So now in this new program, 17 Hats, I have all my email templates set out and they're all ready to go. So I've pre-written them for every kind of step of the way. I obviously adjust it according to the customer's needs, but they're really, really good because a lot of the information is repeated. So it just helps you not have to write every single email 100 times. They're absolutely fantastic. And then the last thing, which is the most important thing, is work-life balance. So when I was a single mum, obviously my life was very, very different. I had a daughter, and my life just revolved around her, and my business, really. It was, you know, my first couple of years, to be honest, I didn't see any of my friends, hardly, missed all birthdays, all weddings. You know, if I was working, say in London, I'd go up there for the weekend, stay with a friend. My friend would look after Libby, so I kind of tie in a wedding and a friend visit at the same time. Or, you know, I did try and go and visit friends as much as possible, but it was usually, oh, I've got a meeting in Bristol, I'll come and see you for the day. So I did try and tie in like visits and stuff like that, but mainly my social life was pretty much non-existent. And then when I met my husband, we didn't live together till we were married. So I think we met about 2 years ago, and then we met in February. And then, we were dating. So, you know, we'd see each other quite a lot, but because we weren't living together, we still kind of carried on with our own lives. So it wasn't really apparent that I worked ridiculous hours. So I did work a lot. But then obviously when we got married and we lived together, which was last May, just trying to think when I got married, I think just the fact that, you know, I used to sit up most nights editing till like 1 or 2 at night just to kind of meet deadlines. And, you know, it wasn't healthy. And then obviously when I was married, my husband was saying like, you know, do you actually work every single night till 1 or 2? And I was like, yeah, I kind of have to, because I'm so busy. I've got so much editing to do. So at that point, I didn't have a very healthy work-life balance. In the winter, it's okay. I do stuff in the winter. Like now, you know, every Saturday, go and arrange to meet a friend when I haven't got a wedding. So at the minute, I know that this season is a lot more sociable and I'm making an effort. But at the time, I wasn't. So my work-life balance wasn't very good. But, you know, I recognised that. So now, you know, we talked about that, which is great. We communicated. And, you know, I'd kind of run my business like that, but it didn't mean it was good and I needed to make changes. So from then, I started actually a few months before just because I was so busy. But yeah, so I've got editors now, which do a lot of my editing. So I started getting those back then. And now I've got an editing company that I use, so that's kind of taken a lot of time away. Obviously I've had to pay out, but you know, investing in that means I've got more time to kind of work more and then spend more time with my family. So editing is great. I've also got admin people. I've also got someone that designs my albums. I've got someone that writes my blog posts. I've got people that do graphic design. I've got someone doing my website at the moment. So everything I used to do, every single thing myself, I've now kind of got people to do stuff as and when to give me more time with my family. So that's kind of helped me with the time element. But then, you know, even when I'm busy, I've still got stuff on. So again, I plan in date nights with my husband, which we do plan in one a week, but we don't always do them. But today we went out for lunch and it was really nice. So I kind of know that we do need to invest that time. We try and have like a bedtime cutoff. So I always try and go to bed at 11 o'clock. But it never happens, so it's usually 12. But I always try and go to bed before 12, whereas before it always was 2, which isn't good. And then, yeah, we always, also with the children, really try and organise special time. So with Libby, obviously, when I was working loads, I might not get to see her for a whole weekend because I'm at a wedding somewhere and not back on them. And then on the Sunday, I'm really tired and we go to church. So we'd never really get that special time together. So we started having like a Tuesday and a Wednesday, or Friday night doing movie night. And then Tuesday and Wednesday after school, we'd go and have like coffee and cake together. Or she'd have hot chocolate and cake. And we call it special time. And we'd go and play board games and stuff like that. And that's really nice. So we kind of plan that in. So my work-life balance today, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I kind of know where my weaknesses are. And I think also communicating with my husband that actually I'm going to have really busy seasons. Like this week I've been really busy with like lots of venue visits and doing live streams as well, which is obviously taking time away from my family. But, you know, we communicate that and then kind of plan to make up for it another time. So we went out for lunch today. That was really nice. And yeah, so I think we've also been planning in a lot of date nights with friends. So because we've got Libby, we can't go out for dinner. So we plan to have couples over, which is really nice. So we kind of plan that into our kind of plan for the year as well. And yeah, we've also planned in some like spa days and stuff together. So even if we don't get lots of quality time together in the week, we've kind of planned to kind of balance our lives out kind of as and when, and kind of making plans and just really sticking to it. So yeah, so I think work-life balance is hard, but I think, you know, communication is a massive key to it. and talking to your husband and family. Like Libby, I spoke to my daughter and just said, you know, what would you like to do? Because I'm not spending time with you on the weekend, so how can I make it up to you in the week? Because, you know, she'd get upset, I'd be away all Saturday, and she didn't see me on Sunday, I was really tired. So she said, oh, I'd love to like just go for hot chocolate in the week or play board games, and we go to cinema as well after school sometimes. So, you know, for me and her, and like tonight we watched a movie quite early after school because that's what she wanted to do. So, you know, it was just me and her that time, and it's just really nice. And Jessie also spends special time with her as well. So yeah. So yeah, I think, you know, running a business and having a work-life balance and looking professional, I think it's all kind of, you know, it does make an effort. It does take an effort. You have to make an effort, but I think, you know, it's all in the mind, really. You know, if you want to be professional, if you want to run a business and you want to be organised, you can make it happen. So I think, yeah. So yeah, I think, you know, it does take time and effort, but I think you can do it, and it's all in the mind, really, and there's lots of things you can do about it. I'll put a few links up underneath about some of the things I was talking about, like 17 hats is amazing, mindset training is amazing, 4-minute workout is amazing, you know, special time is absolutely amazing. There's not a link for that, but it's just really good. And also, that's the thing I forgot to mention, my family, work-life balance, they're both very quality time people. They love having like quality time, whereas I'm not really that. So for me, it takes me quite an effort to actually give them the quality time that they need, because for me it doesn't really come naturally. It sounds a bit strange, but I'll talk about that another time, because there's a really good book called The Love Languages for Children and Partners. So yeah, so that's a quality time thing. That's something I'm learning. But yeah, the other thing I'll give a link to is Jasmine Starr. She's really good. And another one is kind of mindset stuff and journaling. And the other thing was morning pages, which I absolutely love. Absolutely amazing. That really helps me kind of get my mindset going every day. So yeah, if you've liked what you've heard in this video today, I've got a website which is www.libertypearlphotography.com. I do, there's lots of information on there about workshops I run, learning opportunities, we do conferences, and I do mentoring sessions. I've been doing these live streams all week, kind of a bit of a practice for me to get used to it, because I was just so nervous when I started. I thought, right, I'm going to give myself a challenge to do 5 this week, and then I'll have to do it, and it will kind of build up my confidence. And yeah, I feel like I've kind of done that, so woohoo. But yeah, I'm going to do these regularly, so if anyone's got any messages, or if anyone's got any top tips they want to know, just send me a message or write it on here, and I'll plan it into one of the live streams, which will be really good. And yeah, I love helping people, and I'd love to help you grow your confidence, grow your business. So if you want to get in touch about anything, just let me know. Okay, have a lovely weekend with your family, and I hope your business is very successful. Bye.